1B on the factoring worksheet now. On 1A, we talked about that if you make a division, if you do a division, and you get a remainder of 0, that tells you that what you're dividing by and your answer are factors of 40. 5 and 8 are factors of 40 because we got a remainder of 0. So what we're going to do here is go ahead and divide on 2A. And if I get a remainder of 0, then I'll know 2x minus 1 is a factor of this big polynomial up here. So to do this, we set it up like this. 2x minus 1. This is your work that you're going to show for 2A. And underneath the division symbol, you're going to have 2x to the 5th minus x to the 4th minus 6x cubed plus 3x squared plus 20x plus 10. So I want to use long division to try to see if 2x minus 1 is a factor of this. So the first thing I need to do is take 2x to the 5th divided by 2x. So the 2's would cancel, one of the x's would cancel, what would you get? X to the 4th. Write it above this x to the 4th. Keep your x to the 4th lined up. Then multiply x to the 4th times minus 1. So it'd be minus x to the 4th. And then x to the 4th times 2x would be 2x to the 5th. Then you're going to subtract or add the opposite. And you end up with a 0. So you don't get anything. Both the 2x to the 5th cancel, the x to the 4th cancel, so you end up with 0 there. So normally you just bring down the next term, right? When you get 0 here, that's a little bit different. Bring down the next 2 terms. So I'm going to bring down the minus 6x to the 3rd and the plus 3x squared. A little bit different than the last example. So now I'm going to take negative 6x cubed divided by 2x. What's that going to give me? Negative 3x squared. And put it above this x squared. And multiply again. Negative 3x squared times 1 is negative 3x squared. Negative 3x squared times 2x, negative 6x cubed. I might have a sign wrong. Let me look here. No. This should be a minus 1 here. Which would make this plus. There we go. Again, we're going to subtract or add the opposite. So when you add and change the signs, you're going to get a remainder of 0 again. Same thing we got up here. When that happens, instead of bringing down just the next term, bring down the next 2 terms. So bring down the 20x, bring down the 10, go through the same process, take 20x divided by 2x, plus 20x divided by 2x. Positive 10, so we have a plus 10 here. Multiply 10 times minus 1 is minus 10.
It should be negative.
Should be negative 10. Okay. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. This should be minus 10 right here. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so this should be positive 10. Okay, 10 times negative 1 is negative 10. 10 times 2x is 20x. If you subtract or add the opposite, you get a remainder of 0. So you can see, even I've done this exact problem probably 10 times before. Even though I've done it before, I know exactly what I'm doing. You still have to be really careful about your signs and keeping everything really organized and neat. Otherwise, you're not going to get the right answer. So what this tells me is that when I divide this big x to the 5th polynomial by 2x minus 1, the answer is x to the 4th minus 3x squared plus 10. This fraction is equal to this, kind of like this. 40 divided by 5 is 8, right? You take a fraction, take the top divided by the bottom, you reduce it, you end up with 8. That's really all that's going on here too. We take this big polynomial divided by 2x minus 1, it comes out to this nice shorter answer. If you're going to have to graph this in your calculator, I'm sure you'd rather type this in than type this in. In calculus, when we have to do derivatives, antiderivatives, and all these operations, instead of doing it on this, we could do it on this, because they're equal or equivalent. Now, last thing I want to show on that is 2b. Write the numerator of the above problem in factored form. So we want to write this in factored form. This is for 2b. So when you do that is if you factored out that numerator, it would be this. 2x minus 1 times our answer right? If you divide, that means this big polynomial here is equal to 2x minus 1 times the answer. Kind of like when you take 40 divided by 5 and you get 8, that basically tells me that 40 is the same as 5 times 8. And then we're dividing that whole numerator by 2x minus 1. Then if you're going to simplify it, what could you do? Cancel. Yeah, you can cancel. What do you have left? That again. There's just kind of a different way to think about it. Is when you divide, you can rewrite this in factored form, then cancel out the 2x minus 1s. What you have left is x to the 4th minus 3x squared plus 10. Any questions about that one?